We have just been given information that public officials have put out a severe weather warning for the majority of the states across America following record-breaking freezing temperatures that have dropped lower than normal. All U.S. citizens are advised to only go outside if absolutely necessary, especially given the upcoming busy holiday period. Many businesses have been closed in preparation for extreme snowfall for the safety of their employees and customers. With some shopping centers coming to a screeching silence, families are advised to stock up on important supplies such as food, water, and toiletries, as some could be snowed in for quite some time if a snowstorm on an extreme level were to occur this Christmas. Some areas could be left without power, with many being advised to keep hold of a battery-powered radio with fresh batteries to stay up to date with the latest news if they are stuck indoors without electricity. While this news may seem alarming, there is no reason to panic, as this will likely be a harmless inconvenience for everyone. While there is no need to worry, we advise that U.S. citizens remain aware and cautious at all times. And if you believe anyone is in danger or you need emergency assistance, do not hesitate to dial 911 in the event of an emergency. Despite these unusual circumstances, let us remember the true meaning behind the season and allow it to bring us together no matter what.
Not long ago, we were informed that an extreme snowstorm was approaching America following a weather warning issued this morning. However, it has since come to our attention that countries such as Japan, New Zealand and Great Britain are also advised to remain on high alert, particularly this country, as a few minutes ago, the Met Office issued a red weather warning for the entire nation due to the recent snowfall over the past few hours. The worst may still be to come, as it's expected that snow could disrupt power as well as cause many residents of the United Kingdom to be snowed in for days, or at worst, weeks. Due to the recent snowfall, councils have been clearing towns and cities of snow for the safety of civilians, as well as to prepare for a potential storm. So far, it appears that this ice-cold weather is far from over, and if you believe that your life is in danger, you may call 999 for further assistance.
This is an emergency message from TVNZ. It's important that you pay attention to this broadcast for your safety. At this time, you may be aware that some parts of the world have been going through severe concerns regarding a snowstorm that has never been seen at this level before. We have received some new information that this storm will likely head towards New Zealand by tomorrow at the latest. We urge everyone to prepare for potential snowfall and possible power outages that may occur during the storm. This storm could pose a major hazard to public safety, especially during this busy holiday period. Some people may be unable to leave their homes due to being snowed in by the level of snow from record-breaking weather. Furthermore, New Zealand police have issued a warning regarding an unidentified suspect. Police have discovered a murder that likely took place last night in a family of 4, with only a few traces left behind. At the scene, what was left was broken glass scattered around from a window that had been broken during a break-in. Pools of blood were present, and a sharp weapon was found, along with large footprints trailing from the exit of the home. The bodies of the victims were left in a bag near the recycling bin outside of the deceased family's house. The police urge anyone who may have any information that could help the investigation to come forward. Due to the severity of the deadly weather, those confined indoors may be vulnerable to violent criminals who take advantage of this situation and harm families like the ones who were tragically killed, as well as individuals who are vulnerable. You are advised to remain cautious and report any suspicious behavior during these weather conditions. If you see anyone outside your home in these snowy conditions that appears to be armed or have intentions of breaking into your home and harming you, you must not invite them inside and inform emergency services right away. However, responses may be delayed if they are overwhelmed with calls. You have the right to defend yourself and your home if anyone breaks in and poses a threat to the lives of you and your family. While this is one isolated incident and is less likely to further escalate, as the chance that the suspect will be caught and arrested is high, it's important that you take your safety as a top priority during these uncertain times and weather conditions. If you need help or assistance, you may dial 111 in an emergency. However, this must be used as a last resort to avoid any strain on essential workers following recent weather incidents. We will update you once more information becomes available, with normal programming resuming shortly once this broadcast has concluded. Be sure to stay tuned to local news outlets for further coverage of this developing situation. For now, please stay safe and indoors until further notice.
This is an emergency broadcast from Channel 7. As you may be aware right now, our nation has been facing deadly weather conditions during this holiday season. As we speak, many Australian civilians have been stuck inside their homes with no way to get out due to the level of snow and ice covering the entire country. Many people are advised to work from home if possible to avoid being caught in the snow or contracting a severe illness. We have also been informed that violent crime may increase as criminals take advantage of this crisis following a recent murder in New Zealand a few hours ago that resulted in the deaths of a family of 4. Eventually, later on, another killing was reported in the same area, in a home belonging to another family. New Zealand police eventually closed off the area for further investigation and questioned anyone who may have been a witness of both of these incidents. While more information has yet to be released about both of the killings, we urge all Australians to be aware of their safety at all times. CCTV footage of the home showed a man who appeared to be in his mid-70s with a gray beard, dressed as Santa Claus while wielding a large knife and axe in 2 different hands, leaving the home with no sign of remorse. Their identity is yet to be found. However, it's strongly believed that the suspect is connected to the brutal murders of these 2 families. To keep everyone safe throughout the snowstorm, the Australian government will send out free supplies that will contain food, water, and other necessities required to survive and stay healthy to homes that are snowed in, allowing families to remain sheltered from the weather, as well as violent crime caused by those with malicious intentions. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those who have been affected by these heartbreaking tragedies that should have never happened in the first place. We hope that you find strength in one another and heal and eventually find peace. If you have any information regarding this incident, you may contact the police at any time, as your contribution could help find the identity of the killer.
Nous avons interrompu nos programmes habituels à la demande du gouvernement français afin de vous transmettre un message d'urgence pour votre sécurité. Veuillez rester à l'écoute de cette chaîne et prêter attention aux messages affichés à l'écran. Plus important encore, restez calme en toutes circonstances. Nous avons le regret de vous informer qu'une importante tempête de neige a frappé la France, provoquant de graves perturbations des services essentiels et de l'approvisionnement en électricité, de nombreuses personnes étant bloquées chez elles, incapables de sortir en raison d'entrées obstruées par la neige. Les températures glaciales représentent un risque important pour la santé et la vie des habitants du pays. Aux premières heures du matin, un jeune couple innocent a été retrouvé mort, gisant devant l'entrée de leur domicile, tous deux présentant de profondes blessures par arme blanche au dos et à l'estomac. Des témoins qui étaient éveillés à ce moment-là ont affirmé avoir vu un homme d'âge mûr, voire un peu plus âgé, déguisé en Père Noël, figure emblématique des fêtes de fin d'année, entrer dans la maison et en ressortir quelques minutes plus tard. Peu après l'incident, plusieurs témoins avaient informé la police qu'un cambriolage avait eu lieu, ignorant totalement le meurtre qui s'était déroulé. On soupçonne que le meurtre a été commis par le même individu qui a récemment tué 2 familles en Nouvelle-Zélande hier. Cependant, cela reste à prouver et la police est actuellement à la recherche du meurtrier. Pour le moment, nous vous conseillons de ne pas ouvrir votre porte à des inconnus, car le tueur pourrait toujours être en liberté. Il est probable que le suspect soit à la recherche de sa prochaine victime et qu'il puisse tuer n'importe qui, n'importe quand. Il est probable que la période des fêtes le pousse à infliger le plus de souffrance possible. Vous êtes autorisé à vous armer pour votre légitime défense si cela s'avère absolument nécessaire et raisonnable. Si vous le souhaitez, vous pouvez barricader vos fenêtres et portes afin de prévenir tout cambriolage ou effraction, non seulement de la part du meurtrier, mais aussi de ceux qui profitent des intempéries actuelles. Si vous apercevez une personne suspecte devant votre domicile, vous devez la signaler immédiatement à la police, même si elle est peut-être innocente. Nous vous prions de nous excuser pour le caractère perturbant de cette diffusion et espérons que vous resterez en sécurité durant cette période incertaine. En cas d'urgence, composez le 112 et attendez les instructions du répartiteur. Si quelqu'un s'introduit chez vous, il est conseillé de vous défendre ou de vous réfugier dans un endroit sûr et discret de votre domicile. Vous ne subirez aucune répercussion légale pour vous être défendu, vous et votre famille. Nous vous remercions de votre coopération malgré le contexte actuel incertain. Pour le moment, nous reprenons notre programmation habituelle jusqu'à ce que nous ayons plus d'informations à vous communiquer concernant la situation. En attendant, prenez bien soin de vous et de ceux qui vous sont chers.
This is an Alberta emergency alert. The government of Alberta has issued an emergency alert regarding a worldwide phenomenon. Following the recent snowstorms across the world, a man who appears to be middle-aged and resembles Santa Claus has been killing innocent people and families across several countries. It's unknown how this criminal has been able to travel the globe in a short amount of time to kill his victims at complete random. However, the first 2 cases have been reported in Canada just a few moments ago. The man, while displaying a stoic yet furious expression on his face, was seen breaking into 2 homes, wielding blunt weapons, and immediately killing the occupants without a second thought. After killing his new victims, he allegedly set both of the homes on fire before slowly walking away without a single hint of shame or remorse on his face. Firefighters are struggling to put out the last remaining parts of the homes that were set on fire by the man wearing the Santa costume. The bodies were left to burn inside the home, potentially to destroy any evidence that a crime took place, attempting to make it look like an accidental fire. Police had discovered a note where both murders took place, which spelled out "Happy Holidays," presumably written in both of the victims' own blood. Police are frantically searching the area to find the suspect and bring him to justice to prevent any more tragedies from occurring, as it's unknown if he is still in Canada or in a different country or not. Regardless of the whereabouts of the man in the Santa costume, you are advised to barricade all windows, doors, or any other entrances to your home to make it as difficult as possible for anyone to break in, preventing them from causing harm to you and your family. It's also important that you switch off all lights, close all curtains, and make it appear that nobody is indoors, as well as remain completely silent. By making even the slightest noise, you may alert the killer and attract him to your home, potentially attacking you. It's been reported that the suspect is disturbingly strong and is difficult to fight off. If you believe you cannot defend yourself simply, in a quiet and calm manner, hide in a small and safe place and call emergency services immediately. To stay updated on this incident, please switch over to local news outlets for more information. Furthermore, we will transmit another emergency alert if necessary via television or mobile. To receive emergency alerts through your mobile phone, be sure to enable them, as no matter where you are, you will be given emergency information that could save your life. Keep in mind that police reserve the right to prosecute and search anyone during this time who may be a risk to public safety during this time. If you are stopped, you must comply with law enforcement, or you may be considered a suspect. The government of Alberta would like to thank you for your cooperation and attention. For further information, please visit www.alberta.ca/KillerSanta.
緊急警報システムからの重要なお知らせです。ご存知の方も多いかと思いますが、悪名高いクリスマスのマスコットキャラクター、サンタクロスにファンした男が各国を渡り歩き、罪のない人々やその家族を殺害しています。念ながらこの男はトナカイらしき動物に惹かれたソリのような乗り物で日本に入国したことが判明しました。もうスピードで移動していたようです。現在、この男は日本各地を飛行し、多くの地域や建物に次々と原子爆弾を投下しています。命を落とすのを避けるため、直ちに避難し、サンタクロスに目撃されないようにしてください。ソリのような乗り物が日本の上空をもうスピードで切っており、止まる気配も減速する気配もありません。警察は容疑者とその乗り物の特定を試みていますが、犯人は監視されていることに気づいています。追いつこうとするたびに姿を消してしまうのです。これはクリスマスの魔法を使って暴力的で歪んだ衝動を遂行する邪悪な力である可能性が高いです。現時点では原爆の攻撃から最も身を守ることができる隠れた場所にとどまるよう強くお願いします。自宅に地下室がある場合はそこに居住しても構いませんが、ご自身とご家族が安全に過ごせる十分なスペースを確保してください。首相は追って通知があるまでこれを国家非重態と宣言しました。避難中は安全が確認されるまで外に出てはいけません。テレビが自動的に点灯し、屋外へ出て州による被害や瓦礫を片付けるよう促されます。この状況ではパニックになってはいけません。パニックになると注目が集まり、犯人に目されてしまう可能性があります。犯人は誰であろうと無差別に殺害することが証明されているため、近づいたりトークしたりしてはいけません。犯人はクリスマスに対する何らかの憎悪も動機としており、日本中、そして世界中でクリスマスを祝う人々にできる限りの損害を与えようとしている可能性があります。この困難な時期だからこそ、祝日の真の意味を改めて認識し、この今日を機にこれまで以上に心を一つにし、これまで以上に力強く復興していくことが大切です。狂気の殺人犯の暴力行為によって国を分断させてはいけません。怒りとパニックは事態を悪化させるだけです。恐怖に屈ればサンタクロスの格好をした身体不明の男の望みを叶えてしまうでしょう。 当局は密かに犯人の追跡に努めていますが、容疑者に関する情報をお持ちの方は、差に協力することができます。現在進行中の差に役立つ情報をご提供いただければ、犯人の起訴に一歩近づくことができます。このお知らせにより、皆にご迷惑をおかけし、誠に申し訳ございません。しかしながら、皆ご自身の安全のため、これらの事象が発生した際には、港公共の安全のためにも十分にご注意ください。その他の緊急事態が発生した場合は、発生次第、この放送でお知らせいたします。また、テレビの電源が切れている場合は、自動的に電源が入ります。当面の間、通常の番組は再開される可能性があります。皆のご無事に感謝申し上げます。テレになる前に必ず避難してください。
A primary entry point system has issued an imminent threat alert for the District of Columbia, D.C., due to an emerging threat involving a man in a Santa suit. As you may have heard yesterday, the Christmas murderer dropped several atomic bombs across Japan from a flying vehicle that resembled a sleigh. It's unknown how the murderer obtained the technology. However, due to the investigation and bravery of law enforcement, the identity of the killer has been discovered. Law enforcement has stated that the killer is the real Santa Claus, and he is approximately 5'7" and has a gray beard and is estimated to be around 73 years old and was last seen approaching the United States of America while operating a sleigh-like vehicle. It is likely that he intends to cause as much harm as possible, if not worse, as his crimes seem to be escalating, which has been seen in the recent tragedy in Japan. To avoid being a target for the killer, it's vital you remove any Christmas decorations near you or outside your home, as this could be attracting Santa Claus to kill people at random, as it's widely believed that he is killing innocent people due to some form of hatred towards the holiday season. It's likely that Santa Claus will attack America eventually and other countries. It's important that you switch off all Christmas lights or hide them to avoid being a main target. If you hear any jingling sounds from above you in the sky, you must discreetly take shelter right away to avoid being seen. To avoid frightening any children inside your home, you may refrain from telling them about this ongoing crisis, as this could send them into a state of shock or ruin Christmas for them. In the meantime, it's important that you reassure them and provide them comfort, as they are not aware of the situation. The President is expected to make a statement about the crimes of Santa Claus very shortly, and hopefully a plan to tackle this situation head-on. While the U.S. military is attempting to make contact with Santa, they have yet to receive a response. In the meantime, you must stay calm and report any suspicious activity to your local authorities, as doing so could help them bring a step to prosecuting Santa closer. While this situation is disturbing, you must not underestimate the importance of remaining calm and the true meaning behind the season, as it's clear that the murderer wants to divide us and make what's meant to be the happiest time of the year the most violent one. We thank you for your cooperation. Farewell for now, and happy holidays.
My fellow Americans, we are currently facing a tremendous threat in the history of our nation and the world. As we speak, a man speeding through the skies in a flying vehicle who has been killing innocent people and families and notably launching several atomic bombs on Japan has been revealed as the real Santa Claus. What is supposed to be a time for forgiveness and giving to those less fortunate has instead been filled with bloodshed at the hands of a depraved killer. Rest assured, I am just as disgusted and horrified as you all are. And the fact that somebody could bring themselves to do such atrocious acts at the most wonderful time of the year in our nation is absolutely nasty. This type of violence will not be tolerated in America. My condolences go out to the people of Japan, New Zealand, and Australia during these times of sorrow and suffering. However, this cannot go on for much longer, as we must put a stop to this right here, right now. Santa Claus is likely going to attack our great country and various other parts of the world if we do not put a stop to this now. He may wage a war against us, but we will fight back. First things first, heavily armed military will be deployed across the majority of areas across the United States as an attempt to shoot down the sleigh-like vehicle being operated by no other than Santa. It is likely that right now he is listening, but Santa knows this. We will not back down or surrender. We will likely wage a war against the North Pole, where Santa's workplace is said to be located. If he does not back down now and never harm us or our allies ever again, anyone who commits any acts of terror or associates with the Christmas killer will face the full force of the law. I am deeply considering the death penalty for Santa Claus for his crimes against the world due to the depraved nature of murders and for the justice of the families who are no longer with us due to being killed. Since this administration began in office 2 years ago, we have been dedicated to and have delivered exactly what we promised, and we will continue to do so. Regardless of where he is or what he is currently planning, we can assure you that action will be taken no matter how deadly or harsh it may be. I would like to thank the brave and courageous work of our military in finding the identity of Santa Claus. However, our work is not yet over, as a homicidal maniac is still loose.
Esta es una emisión de emergencia de Telecinco. Les recomendamos estar atentos a esta alerta, ya que contiene información importante sobre la crisis actual relacionada con los recientes ataques de Papá Noel. Esto no es un simulacro. Nos acaban de informar que Papá Noel ha estado volando su vehículo volador por toda España, lanzando diversos explosivos, incluyendo bombas atómicas, y asaltando las casas de quienes celebran la Navidad, asesinando a cualquiera que se encuentre dentro, sin importar su edad. Gracias a la capacidad de su vehículo volador para desplazarse a velocidades vertiginosas, es capaz de causar un gran daño en tan solo unos minutos. En poco tiempo, Papá Noel ha destruido numerosos edificios y casas que, visiblemente, estaban decorados con luces navideñas, árboles y otros adornos para celebrar la Navidad. Actualmente, vuela por España sin dar señales de parar. Una vez que Papá Noel te ve, es probable que intente hacerte daño y la persona promedio tiene poca fuerza para defenderse de sus ataques. Para evitar que tu casa sea atacada por el asesino navideño, debes retirar cualquier adorno, incluyendo luces navideñas o cualquier cosa que se parezca a un adorno navideño, para no llamar la atención de Papá Noel. Al salir a retirar cualquier adorno, hazlo con la mayor discreción posible, ya que te pueden detectar fácilmente con solo estar afuera. Se desconoce por qué Papá Noel se enoja fácilmente con los letreros de un lugar que celebra la Navidad. Sin embargo, es importante que retires cualquier adorno. Para evitar llamar la atención sobre su casa, puede apagar las luces para que parezca que no está allí y guardar silencio absoluto. Si oye un tintineo cerca, es probable que Papá Noel esté cerca. También se recomienda apagar la electricidad y silenciar los teléfonos móviles como precaución adicional. Una vez comprobado que el asesino ha salido de España, sonará una sirena de aviso de peligro en el exterior. Entendemos que esta crisis actual es inquietante e incierta. Sin embargo, es importante que todo el país actúe ahora para mantenerse a salvo hasta que la situación se calme. Cuando la situación se calme, podrá salir y despejar su área de cualquier daño causado por Santa Claus e informar sobre cualquier víctima. Con esto concluye esta transmisión de emergencia. Si aún no lo ha hecho, por favor, apague todos los aparatos eléctricos y retire cualquier adorno navideño de su zona. Permanezca en casa y no haga ruido. Le agradecemos su cooperación y su atención a este mensaje.
We apologize for the sudden interruption. However, we have some urgent information to bring you regarding the recent Christmas attacks. Please pay attention to the following message. Enough is enough. Over the past few days, several nations have been attacked and harmed by Santa Claus, driven by an unexplained hatred of Christmas. Due to this, we have officially declared war on the North Pole to put an immediate stop to this. With the aid of the United States and the United Kingdom, we are deploying several well-equipped troops to the North Pole to control the situation, even if it means taking the most extreme measures possible. It is likely that Santa will attack Ireland, even if it's not completely certain. With that being said, a mandatory draft is being instituted for all able-bodied men and women aged 18 to 45, effective immediately. If you fall within this age group, you must report to your nearest recruitment centre and apply, or you will result in being considered an enemy of Ireland. This situation is no laughing matter. There could be retaliatory attacks against Ireland and other nations by Santa Claus as a response to the recent declaration of war. There will be very few exemptions for the draft, as everyone will need to combat this together to stop Santa at once. If you are in an area with a large presence of Christmas lights and decorations, you must evacuate immediately to avoid being killed or injured. Due to the declaration of war, do not use the phone for anything other than emergencies, as it is being reserved for military use only. To get further updates about the ongoing situation, please stay tuned to this channel or switch over to a news channel. We thank you for your understanding and cooperation. For now, this channel is to remain on standby until further notice.
System has issued an imminent threat alert for the District of Columbia, D.C., as just a few moments ago, Santa Claus began to attack our country, likely due to the recent declaration of war against the North Pole. As we speak, Santa Claus, also known as the Christmas Killer, has been zooming across the United States of America at speeds never seen before, dropping multiple atomic bombs on many towns, cities, and counties, regardless if they have Christmas decorations or not, causing many buildings to violently collapse, causing unspeakable damage to infrastructure, and shattering the lives of many innocent people. Santa will and can find you, no matter where you are or what you're doing. While hiding and taking shelter is almost impossible and won't offer much protection due to Santa being aware of what you are doing at all times, you may still do so. However, ensure that you are in a safe location, such as an underground bunker or a sturdy building. In the history of this great nation, we have never seen an attack like this before on any scale, and this is the most deadly attack ever done by Santa. At this time, the military, at the order of the President, has launched several missiles that are intended to follow Santa's sleigh-like vehicle to stop his murderous rampages. While this was not an easy decision to make, it's for the safety of all American citizens and the entire world. You will also be unable to rely on emergency services by dialing 911
due to the immense damage caused to communications by Santa's vicious attacks, as well as essential services and workers being overwhelmed with cries for help. If you wish to do so, you may bear arms and attempt to defend yourself by using weaponry, such as blunt weapons and firearms if you ever encounter the murderer. However, keep in mind that Santa is likely far stronger than you and can easily kill you. As upsetting as this news may be for children, you must not tell them about Santa going completely rogue, but instead treat it as a regular attack. We would like to state that this situation is not a joke or a laughing matter due to its shocking and unbelievable nature. This event is unfortunately real, and many people will perish due to the rampage or succumb to life-threatening injuries. In the sky, you can hear the disturbing cackling from Santa, followed by loud explosions and screams of those below him. For the love of God, if you haven't already armed yourself and have moved to a safe place, please, just please do it already. Honestly, I wish you all the best and hope that some of you still survive. Farewell and happy holidays.
Once again, my fellow Americans, last night our nation endured one of the most horrific and nasty attacks in history. The attack was a retaliatory strike by Santa Claus in response to the recent yet necessary declaration of war on the North Pole. This assault caused tremendous amounts of damage to buildings, not to mention the huge loss of life at the hands of this deplorable man. Due to the brave and smart work of our military, we took swift action and shot down Santa's vehicle. What was once an unbelievable situation, which many thought could never actually happen, actually came in full force. His sleigh-like vehicle came tumbling down towards the ground into an eventual explosion, prompting the police to rush to the scene to arrest Santa and put an end to his parade of suffering. I was just as shocked as law enforcement to discover that Santa's body or remains were not found on the seat or nearby. It was almost as if he had vanished or escaped so quickly. While law enforcement frantically searched the area for any sign of Santa's whereabouts, he was nowhere to be seen, and the military, who were sent to the North Pole to take care of the situation, had not seen him there either. Either way, for the time being, Santa is to be considered missing unless he is found or confirmed dead. While the threat has likely been dealt with, I urge all American civilians to still remain cautious as we are still investigating this awful moment in history. Christmas will truly be no longer the same. What was known as one of the holiest days in human history is now recognized as the day when many nations endured death, destruction, and loss. However, from this day forward, regardless of our differences, we all share and have faced the same tragic circumstances together. These attacks must not divide us and should only unite us, as we must not forget the true meaning behind the season and why we are here in the first place. My heart goes out to those who have been affected and to those who are no longer with us, all because of the actions of someone we once thought to be a cheerful, kind man who completely turned against us and became so consumed by rage and hatred that he harmed those he once made smile. This is completely appalling, and this should have never happened in the first place. Efforts are being made to ensure that something like this never happens again in this country or the entire world. We will be further strengthening our military, as well as helping other nations, to ensure that any attack like this does not happen again. This is one of the darkest days in the history of America, and we must honor those we have lost. We should also use this incident as an opportunity to come back stronger than ever, and any disrespect towards the victims will not be tolerated under any circumstances. Despite what has happened, I wish you all happy holidays and God bless you all.
Last night, Santa had caused one of the most horrific attacks in American history. Many atomic bombs were thrown at several towns, cities and counties, resulting in catastrophic damage to everything below him. Christmas Eve, a day that was supposed to be filled with excitement, was instead filled with terror and destruction. Following this, several missiles were fired and tracked Santa, eventually striking his vehicle, causing it to fall to the ground and creating a large explosion. Police eventually arrived at the scene of the explosion and noticed that neither Santa nor his remains were in the seat, leading the police to conclude that he either perished in the explosion. Following the defeat of the North Pole, President Donald J. Trump made a statement saying that civilians should remain cautious at all times, as it's unknown whether Santa is alive or not and could strike again, considering that Christmas Day is on the horizon. It now appears that the war is finally over, with many families grieving the loss of loved ones due to the attacks committed by Santa worldwide. This is not the only Christmas tragedy in our lifetime, as a decade ago, one armed gunman broke into Buckingham Palace and shot many members of the royal family while writing Merry Christmas in their own blood. We hope that a tragedy like this never occurs again, and that those affected can find peace and strength in one another during these sorrowful times.